The film opens with a backstory of two earrings. In an Abyssinian castle in 50 BC, Princess Nawa will be forced to marry a person in whom she has no interest. To escape from the marriage, she uses a pair of enchanted earrings to swap bodies with a slave girl. When each woman wears one of the earrings, their bodies magically trade places while their minds remain where they were. The person marries the slave girl, thinking she is the princess, and the real princess stays in the palace. As we come to the present day, we meet a popular high school girl named Jessica Spencer from California and her friends April, Keisha, and Lulu. April is Jessica's best friend, and all four girls are cheerleaders. At school one day, Jessica pushes an overweight girl named Hildenberg to do the sheer dance for the team. As Hildenberg starts dancing, everybody laughs and throws things at her. Looking at that, Jessica enjoys herself and feels a bit proud of what she is. But the fun doesn't stop there for Jessica. In the class, a goth girl named Eden gets a higher mark on a history project. Jessica makes fun of her too by claiming that she is the only one who stays in the classroom at all times, highlighting the fact that she has nowhere to go or no one to go with. Later on, Jessica and her friends ask Vice Principal Bernard for permission to practice cheerleading and then go shopping at the neighborhood mall. At the mall, Jessica buys a milkshake and coaxes the server into giving it for free, and she also meets her rival from another school, Bianca, who she later frames for shoplifting. On the way out, Jessica notices an African-themed store and decides to give it a visit. At the store, she comes across a pair of golden and magical earrings, but the owner of the store refuses to sell them, claiming them to be a genuine artifact. But with the help of Adam Sandler's drumming, Jessica manages to switch out another pair of earrings for the golden magical ones. Meanwhile, a small-time criminal named Clive Maxstone is robbing a nearby gas station, but he couldn't find any money in the cash drawer. Since there is nothing to steal, he takes some nachos and scratchies into his bag. As he is in the middle of the theft, Jessica and her friends pull up, wanting their car checked and filled up. When they see Clive, they mistake him for an employee, and he does the service to avoid any suspicion. While leaving the gas station, Jessica accidentally drops one of the earrings on the ground, and Clive picks it up after the girls drive away. That evening, Jessica and Clive put on their earrings. When they wake up the next morning, each of them is trapped in the other's body. This is especially difficult for Jessica, who has a cheerleading competition and the school prom coming up soon. Jessica then steals some of her father's clothes and sneaks out of the house and heads to school to track down April. She calls April and asks her to meet at the school's bleachers. After meeting her, Jessica pleads with April to believe her story that she is her best friend who is trapped in a man's body. But April doesn't believe her at first, and when Jessica gets close to her, April uses her pepper spray on Jessica, making her fall from the bleachers. Later, Jessica reminds her of an incident that happened in second grade, which only they both knew, and April starts to find some truth in what Jessica is saying. But to confirm, they do a handshake, which they used to do always. At the end of that act, April is fully convinced that the man standing in front of her is truly Jessica. April then takes Jessica to her house, where Jessica undergoes a minor makeover so that she doesn't feel gross. Jessica and April then try to convince the other two friends, Keisha and Lulu. They do end up believing them after Jessica shows them her penis. The girls then write a list of suspects of who could be responsible for doing this to Jessica. The list starts with people who hate her the most, but Jessica argues with them, saying that no one hates her. Since she is having a bad time, her friends let her have it. They first seek Hildenberg, where Jessica apologizes for humiliating her in front of the entire school during the basketball game earlier, and the two make amends. Hildenberg is a science enthusiast and hence tells them that it is not scientifically possible to change a body like that. Believing Hildenberg, the girls then go to the second name on their list, Eden. After meeting her, Jessica expresses her regret to Eden for her jealous behavior. Eden then theorizes that what happened might be most likely related to black magic. She also reveals an ancient Latin witchcraft called Santeria, which originated in Africa and found its way into Cuba and Brazil. Lulu ties this connection to Bianca, but Eden reveals that only a tattoo of a scorpion on her back could confirm this. Hence, they decide to go to a party in the town, where Bianca would be coming. While investigating at a dance club, Bianca is proven innocent after Jessica rips her shirt to see if she has the tattoo, which she doesn't. Meanwhile, Jessica is hired for 2 jobs while secretly living with April. At her home, she works as a gardener named Taquito, and her parents tell her about their marital problems. And at school, she gets hired as the school janitor because she and the school principal bond over their love for the trombone. Now that Jessica is back in school, she bumps into her boyfriend Billy, but she had to do it most creepily and ridiculously in the bathroom. Jessica is not only the one with boyfriend trouble. April's boyfriend returns from his skiing trip with Billy and he is covered in hickeys. He lies and tells April that it is rash, but she sees right through that and understands he has been cheating on her. During this time, Clive has been using Jessica's body to make money by robbing and strip dancing. The girls then find a picture of the earrings on the internet and discover the reason for Jessica's transformation. The girls then hurry to the store where they stole it from. The owner of the African convenience store, Madame Mambuza tells the girls the story of Princess Nawa, who, after switching bodies, was unaware that she had to bring the earrings back together. Nawa was not able to bring the earrings back together and hence lived the rest of her life in the slave's body. Jessica could suffer the same fate if she does not unite the earrings before the end of the full moon. To find the other earrings, the girls post flyers all over town. They also receive assistance from Keisha's awkward mother Venetia and Jessica's cheerleading team members Sissy, who are identical twins. At school, while cleaning the boys' locker room as a janitor, Jessica overhears Billy and April's boyfriend talking about their girls. April's boyfriend is all about sex and he uses women for that. But for Billy, it is not like that. For him, it's more than just sleeping with her. Hearing that, Jessica become a little emotional and touched. Later that day, Jessica is at her home and gets talking to her mother. Her mother mistakes her compliments for flirting and soon she pounces to kiss her. Jessica rebuffs by claiming that she is gay and then eases her embarrassed mother and offers her a makeover. This goes horribly wrong as her father walks in while Jessica is washing her mother's back. The father throws Jessica out and jumps into the tub with his wife. When everything was going wrong for Jessica, she somehow manages to help her parents rekindle that spark. Faced with Jake's infidelity, April breaks up with him and Jessica agrees to take her to the prom. It is very clear that April is not doing this out of friendship or revenge. Instead, she has started to develop feeling for her best friend. Later that night, Billy is driving down the road and he is in tears thinking about Jessica. Suddenly, he spots Clive Jessica on the street and he pulls up to talk to her. But she doesn't know him, which hurts Billy even more. Jessica realizes Billy is someone the real Jessica knows and decides to take it as an advantage. She asks him for his car keys. Billy, being a little sympathetic, gives it to her, only to watch her drive away and come back and try to run him over. On the day of prom, Jessica sneaks into her home and puts her prom dress on. Her little brother finds her because he knew all along that it was Jessica. He also tells her that he accepts her no matter what. Back at school, the principal comes across a photo of Clive and discovers that she just hired a criminal as the janitor of the school. At the prom, Jessica and April arrive together and immediately get to the work of making April's boyfriend jealous. They stand right where he can see and kiss. April's boyfriend sees it and storms off in a rage. But April forgets about her boyfriend and continues kissing Jessica more. But Jessica turns April down, telling her she is in love with Billy, and April understands. Jessica then signals romantically to Billy and tries to convince him of her situation. Seeing nothing working, Jessica tells Billy the secret of their neck kissing, which only they both know. Billy gets confused and runs from there. After the prom, Hildenberg sees a video of Clive robbing a man on the television news and goes to the scene of the crime. After finding a business card for the club where Clive works as a pole dancer, she informs Jessica and the girls go to the club. When they find Clive, he is working as a stripper, dancing hard for those tips. And as he is doing it, Clive comes face to face with Jessica. Clive tries to escape, but with the help of other girls, Jessica catches him and asks him nicely to return the earrings so they can switch bodies. But Clive will not give the earrings, instead asks them for more time so that he can make a little more money for the night. Angered by that, Jessica strangles him, which ends when the club owner interferes and reminds Jessica of the club rule: don't strangle the dancer. Hearing that, Jessica leaves him free. And also, during the strangle, Jessica manages to steal the earring from Clive without him knowing it. Jessica then puts it on herself along with the other one. With the two earrings now on the same person, Jessica's and Clive's bodies return to their original owners. Jessica and her friends are happy. All of them, even the ones she bullied, are now her friends. Outside, Jessica's family is waiting for her and the cops to arrest Clive. Clive then flees the back of the police car and manages to get into another car that pulled over and gave him a ride. It is the bartender who was led to believe from previous encounters that Clive is homosexual and locks the car door. The scene closes with the car speeding away and Clive turning around and screaming. A few days later, at the school's graduation ceremony, Jessica and her friends receive their diplomas in front of their parents and they go on to live happy lives.
Thank you for watching. It may be easy for you to like and subscribe, but it means the world to us. Please subscribe for more movie recaps.